All right, I got a challenge for everybody, and I'm going to do it with you guys too. I think I had this challenge a couple months ago, but I'm going to bring it up again because I think it's great. Um, this is where we are aware of old behavior patterns because we're not prior aware of them, right? And I'm noticing myself sometimes I go back a couple of times. I go back to my old self, or you know, where I might get angry a little bit, or I might get sucked into a situation a little bit. When before, I was ready to fight and, get into it with people. Whether it's, road rage, the waiter fucked something up, or some guy was just being a dick and I, allowed it to bother me and I made it to a big problem when being aware of my environment and how I react. Usually I'm pretty good. I've been, compared to what I used to be, right? I was always a storm ready to happen. Now, I'm pretty good. And I'm mindful of it, right? It's like I created these little mini alarms going, yeah, oh yeah, you would normally, but you're good. Feel the anger. Feel the annoyances that are there. Feel them, right? Feel them. But, let them go. Really, let them go. Because it's not, at the end of the day, you're the one that suffers. Right? If there's a bitchy Karen at the grocery store and she made a comment, or, I'm walking my dogs and then there's a bitchy Karen that's looking at my dogs going, yeah, get away. I might be going, what's wrong? They should be on a leash. Why? They shouldn't get away from me. Oh my God. I'm like, you don't like dogs? No, I don't like dogs. Normally I tell them, like, you're fucking weird, number one. Number two, I don't want to put them on a leash because I want them to run around freely. And, they should have the freedom to be able to walk freely because I want them to. And number five, maybe you should be on a fucking leash. How about that? Right? That's how I would usually, because I would say things that are shocking and then they would go, right? And I would like that. Yes. Right? Fuck you, bitch. Right? I'm going to let my dogs run free because my dogs are more important to me than most humans on this planet. Right? But instead, right, a situation like that, I'm like, oh, sorry about that. Okay, not a problem, right? And if they keep complimenting, like, okay, not a problem. I just cut them off. I keep going and let it go. Sure, I bet there's probably a better way to handle this, where I could be like, yeah, they should be on a leash. Okay, thank you. Have a good day. Keep walking. Yeah, I could do that. But then if I'm saying have a good day, I'm just saying that to piss her off. So if I authentically, want to feel peaceful, I can be like, oh, sorry about that. Yeah. Nice day, though, we're having. Okay. Have a good walk. Okay. Bye. I love you. Like, right? Authentically, am I authentic about it? Not really. But doing it that way is a lot better than what I was doing before. Because at the end of the day, when you're causing fights, you're still angry about it after. You're still ruminating about it and going, that fucking bitch. You know what? I hope I see her next time. And I'm going to say this next time. I'm going to, yeah, fuck, I wish I would have said this. And her face would have been fucking classic. Oh man, yeah, next time I see her, blah, blah, blah. And 9 times out of 10, I would see that person again. Right? And I would have it all planned out. And they'd be like, yeah, man, she'll be cute. I'm like, yeah, well, just because I don't feel like it. Well, how about you shut the fuck up? What are you going to do about it? That's like, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, how about you shut up? Shut up. But that pisses them off, right? But then I feel good for that minute, but I'm in an anger state, right? They're gone, right? Who cares? Who cares if he's ruminating about it? How is that affecting me? How is that going to give me justice if he's ruminating about it? Let's say you say something and he's ruminating about it for a week, right? Are you doing this because you think, yeah, I'm going to go home and I bet you that guy's going home, he's pissed off. And I did that to him. I did that to his world. Yeah, I bet he's so pissed off, he's probably ruminating about it for a week. So I caused that for him. Number one, you don't really know if you did. And if you did, how does that help you? Because I'll tell you, whatever the end result to all of this, no matter what it is it's going to come back on you. Because that anger state, that addiction to that anger state, all it does is it fucks you up at the end of the day. You're the one that, because it's your movie, you're in this movie. Why do you care how it affects that guy or this chick or that person? Right? Why do you care? They're not you. You're you. And at the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of the month, at the end of the years, and all the years of this bullshit, it affects you. And then you end up having 70 symptoms. And then throughout the years, you're Mrs., Mr., or Mr. And at the end of all this, you're a miserable Karen. You're sick, right? And you're just cycling that sickness. And you're getting sicker and sicker, right? You get all kinds of crazy diseases. You get cancer. You get the mad disease, the angry disease, right? For what? When you could have caught it earlier, did something about it, and changed how you respond to these triggers that are outside of your environment. Because your flame is always going, right? Your flame's always going. So then when you're dealing with an outside environment where somebody's, walking by going, yeah, right? Another thing I've noticed in the past 6 videos, right? Because we're catching old behavior patterns. I don't know if you've noticed it, but I just noticed it. I say the word right a lot, like constantly. And I didn't notice it. I only started saying that the past 3 months. I don't even know. Because I was watching I was editing one of my videos. I'm like, okay, you know what? I say right a lot. Do I? Maybe not. And I kept listening. I was like, shit, man. I say right probably once or twice a minute. Then I went flip back some of my videos. I say right a lot. Okay, I'm aware of this now. So this is kind of like a situation where we're gonna work on something together. You guys are doing your shit, and I'm doing my shit. My project, my homework, right? I just wow. I didn't do that on purpose. Seriously. Oh, okay. My job is, because the first step is to be aware of things, right? With your symptoms, feelings, mental alarms, physical alarms. And my speech patterns are no different. Normally, so every time I think I'm going to say right, I'm going to go instead, okay? Hey, I might miss some. That's okay, because it's the beginning of being aware. You're going to slip some, but we're doing it. We're fucking doing it, right? So, yeah. So, what do we usually do in this situation? Well, we're aware of it, right? We try to change it. Okay. So, I'm getting a little resistance of it because I'm like, I don't want to say right now. And that's fucking with my flow. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take away the resistance. And I'm going to allow myself to say right. I'm actually going to say right more often. Because I want to create an alarm. An extra alarm. Sometimes alarms are good for you. They help you on your journey. And they're good to have. You can set your own alarms. But in our case, we usually want to turn off alarms because they're unnecessary. But sometimes an alarm has its purpose to either show you real danger and to keep you alive and keep you safe. That's what they're meant for. But sometimes you can also set an alarm for little things like you do for your phone. It wakes you up. An alarm for if you're cooking a roast. Or in my case, I want to set an alarm so that I catch myself saying right and I start to create a new habit. Because right now, I've created a new neural pathway, right? And I'm saying right efficiently, and I'm barely noticing it. Just like we do with when we're resisting our thoughts, our symptoms, feelings. Right? And we do the same thing, but we don't notice it. So this is a perfect example of what I'm going to do to change that. So maybe for the next 2 videos, I'm going to say right a lot. Because I'm thinking, if I say right a lot, my brain's going to go, why is he pushing that word? Right? And it's going to magnify it, bring it out more, so it's jagged and big. And the next time I say it, I will be aware of it because that word's going to be thrown in my face. So I'm going to pay a little attention to it and make it into an alarm, a bigger alarm, right? So right, left, right. You know what I mean, right? Right. Okay. So I planted a little seed. Let's see how this goes. Now let's get back to what I was saying earlier. We're going to do a little bit of homework. Let's do it for the month, the end of the month, and for the rest of April. So this is going to be a big project, because normally I would only do it for a month. But you know what? I did this during my recovery journey. I watched a video from Mr. Nightingale. His name is Earl Nightingale. And he said, I want you, this guy's from like the 30s and 40s. He's like, I want you for the next 30 days. Treat everybody else around you in your environment like they're number one. Right? Like, hey, I caught it. I want to see if you notice it. You guys are going to notice it before me. You guys are going to be like, ha, 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 he didn't catch it, ha. So Mr. Nightingale has said, for the next 30 days, treat everybody like they're number one. And so okay, hold on. I'll get it out. I think the reason why I say right, and this has been something that I just started doing maybe in the past couple of months. I don't know. Have I been doing this the whole time and didn't notice it? I'm going to figure that out. I'm going to take a look. I think the reason why I say right is because after I say something, there's a bit of a pause. Dead silence. And I'm trying to fill that dead silence up with a word. Right? So if I do that, it feels uncomfortable if I don't fill it up with a word. Because you got a rhythm. You go ba 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 ba. Huh? Ba 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 ba. So if I go like this, ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. That's a little awkward. It's a little weird rhythm. But I won't say right. So this will be a fun little project that I'm going to do. You guys can get involved in. And also we're going to do that homework. So for a month and a half, to the end of April, treat everybody like number one. So if you're in a situation, somebody pisses you off, a Karen pisses you off, you're in the grocery store, wherever, you're having a discussion with somebody, family member, the mom that triggers you, your husband, your kid, co-worker, your boss, you're just driving around and somebody, a Karen yells at you to put back the shopping cart. Somebody yells at you that you should have your. Excuse me, sir. Do you mind picking up after your dog? Right? Even Karens say right. What the? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot my poop bags. Sorry. Yeah, I'm bad for that. I admit it. I admit it. And why do I get mad? Why do I get mad when I get caught doing something that was my fault? Excuse me, sir. Do you mind picking up after your dog? Yeah, fuck you. Yeah. It's what was that? Yeah, sorry, ma'am. Yep, no problem. This is what I usually do. When they're in the distance and they can't really see, I pretend to pick it up and I walk away and that shit's still on the ground. I'm not going to do that. This time, right, I'm going to treat everybody like number one. Like you want to be treated. Even better. Treat them like you love them. I know, it's kind of weird. I know, but trust me. Try it. And when you do this for a whole month and a half, you're going to realize how often your old self comes in and wants to say right by reacting in a way that doesn't benefit you at the end of the day, the end of the week, end of the month, end of your life. When you're stuck with sickness because you're resisting, you're angry, you're a Karen, right? And that anger fills up your bucket. Normally I would say right there. Fills up your bucket, brings up your baseline, and turns up all these alarms. See, these are little ways, behavior patterns, that help fill up your bucket. So this whole video is all about catching our behavior patterns, but we're going a little deeper. And I'm giving you an example of something that I do with my speech that I just created lately, right? And examples of how you might fall back into old behavior patterns. And I'm giving you guys homework, and myself too. I'm going to be on board on this. This is going to be fun. Where the next month and a half, I'm going to treat like everybody like they're number one. Like really, like number one. Like your favorite dog, your kid, right? Your parent, like somebody you love, right? Or somebody you idolize. Treat them like that. So when you're in a situation and somebody does something that pisses you off and you were right and they were wrong, they were totally in the wrong, I don't want you to ignore your feelings or emotions, right? See, I'm doing this on purpose, so I am aware of it, so my brain magnifies it and goes, oh, he said right. We almost missed that, right? Don't ignore your emotions. You know, when you're seriously getting pissed off, somebody did something, you're right, and they're wrong. Feel the emotions. Allow them to be there. This is training, right? This is training. You're learning to feel your emotions, but then change your response. You would normally change it with a reaction of anger. They give you something, so you give it back. And that just tells your brain you're in a survival state, fills up your bucket, blah, 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 blah. You know the rest. Okay. This time, you get your environment that goes like this to you. You go, ha. Okay, I'm going to feel that emotion. I felt it. I didn't like it. But I'm going to choose to change my response. It's going to be a challenge. Like, oh, no problem, ma'am. Yep. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm just going to, I forgot, like normally I forget my poop bags, but I just found one. Okay, have a good day. It's a nice day, ma'am. Thanks. Awesome. Okay, Lemmy, let's go. Oh, you took a big shit. Oh, you got peanuts in there. That's all right. I'll pick it up. And I'm going to really pick it up this time. Okay. Let it go. The balloon. Let it go. And we practice that with every situation because they're all opportunities. We practice that with every opportunity that we're confronted with that manifests from now until April. Because what that's going to do, it's going to help bring your loads down. You're going to create new behavior patterns. That's going to help you in the long run. It's going to help you keep you healthier. Right? I said right. Plus, if you're into this spiritual thing like I am, I'm all about spirituality, being in touch with your higher self, with your guides, and flexing that spiritual muscle. If you start to vibrate higher by changing your physical form first, because I find in order to grow spiritually, you got to work on your physical self first, because your physical brain is a gatekeeper. Unless you recalibrate this, it's a gatekeeper and it'll cock block any progress that you make. So if you want to grow and move up in consciousness and tap into consciousness with ease, you got to work on your physical self. You got to literally rewire your brain to open up more and not cock block you all the time. So when you're able to do that, and you're able to get in touch with your higher self and your guides and tap into consciousness, you start to vibrate higher, right? You start to vibrate higher. I'm going to say it right again. Right. You vibrate higher. And when you vibrate higher, you are in a natural flow state, right? Fuck. Right? You're in a... man! See how neural pathways work? They get you. And I'm sure I've said right a couple of times that I didn't catch that you guys caught. I'd be surprised. Me trying to catch saying right. I wonder, I'm sure one of you guys can count for me. How many times did I say it? We could turn this into a drinking game. Every time I say right, take a shot of tequila. We'd be plastered on the floor. I would be anyway. Anyway, so you're vibrating high. You're in a flow state. And you manifest a reality that you prefer. All of a sudden, you're surrounded by people that are nice to you. You're happier. People are loving. You're dealing with less Karens in the world. Believe it or not, you attract more Karens in your life because you are vibrating, dialing in that vibration. But when we get that in check and we change the address, you start attracting nicer people, happier people, and that makes you happier, right? Whatever you want in your environment is a reflection from within. So whatever you feel here, right? This is the mirror that your environment throws back at you. It's like you go into a mirror, right? You look at the mirror, right? This is exactly how reality works. You're looking in the mirror and you notice that in the mirror, you're frowning. So what are you going to do? Are you going to go to the mirror and try to change that frown and try to smash that mirror to make it smile? No, you're going to start from within. Make yourself smile. In that mirror will automatically reflect that. Because your outside environment is created from within you. So, the next month and a half, I'm going to do this too. I'm going to work on me saying right. Just like you guys are learning how to allow and engage and see. Am I resisting? Right? Caught it. Allow it to be. Engage. And I'm going to say right a couple more times. Right. Watch. And the next thing I'm going to start saying is like. I noticed that my daughter, and I even used to say like a lot. Like seriously. You know what I mean? Like. This generation says like a lot. Like literally, they say literally for everything, or like, or us Canadians like to say eh. You know what I'm saying, eh? So it's up to you, eh? Eh? Right? Eh? Like? Literally? These could all be behavior patterns that we hold on to. But I'm choosing to change my program. So I'm going to see how long it takes me. I don't want to fully take the word right out. I want to have it once in a while. But I'm noticing I'm using it all the time. So that's my homework. Also, my other homework is to treat everybody like number one. Because this, at the end of the day, this is your movie. It only helps you. Because at the end of the day, again, it's irrelevant what happens to all the people around you. If that guy goes home mad, who cares? You're not going to know. That's like, how do you know a tree makes noise in the forest unless you're there to hear it? That's the old saying, right? Left, upside down, whole day start. So let's do it. And we'll do an update in a couple weeks and see how everybody's doing. So smile like a crazy person. Get out there. Treat everybody like number one. In this way, you'll be able to catch old behavior patterns also. And I'm going to work on catching my rights.